Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I wouldn't doubt it. But, I mean...
Because that would be stupid.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
Like I said, stupid.
I really don't see Apple ever doing that.
I am Nadella. Well, I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Welcome, everyone, to the Calling All Platforms podcast. This might be the Calling All Platforms gaming podcast today, but we'll go ahead and just call it the tech podcast. Anywho, we're going to talk all things gaming and tech, if there is anything. No, just kidding. But no, I am here. My name is Wes. I'm here with Landon.
Hello.
And Caleb.
Hello.
And we are just three awesome guys talking about some gaming and tech today. Well, two of us. Landon might be playing Minecraft or something.
Two of us are awesome, or two of us are talking about gaming?
Two awesome gaming. I don't know. Our sound engineer is amazing. Also known as Landon.
Thank you, I guess.
Anyway.
Since I can't talk about gaming.
You can throw in. We actually, you bring a vital part of gaming over. The most casual mobile player experience. See?
Pretty much.
Which is probably what most people listening actually relate to the best anyways. So
yeah, so there you go.
Maybe. I don't know.
You have most relations to our listeners. There you go.
That's fine.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and let's dive into this. Landon, do you have any Google news for us?
I do have some Google news.
Well, let's have it.
All right. So, I believe it was a week and a half ago, since we didn't have a podcast last week with Halloween and different stuff going on. I have some news from, before then. 8.1 Oreo developer preview is now available for Pixel and Nexus devices. The official release they are saying is supposed to come sometime in December, which I thought is later than I was expecting.
Okay.
But that should be coming.
And features from that?
Oh, goodness. There's quite a few features on that one.
Well, give us the big ones.
Nothing. I don't even know if there's anything really big. Let's see. I have a page with a whole bunch of random 8.1 features. Let's see if there's anything that's really important.
Obviously, security.
Security is definitely a big one. Speaking of that, the November security update was released today.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a Nexus or Pixel device, go and update your phone because...
Today, as of recording, is the 6th.
As of recording, yes, November 6th. So when you are listening to this, it will be there.
Yes.
One feature that is coming to the Android 8.1 update is with the ambient display. It's been there. When you get a notification, it'll just have the time and whatever your notification is will come on the device and leave the background black. And but now it's getting a little more feature friendly, I guess. It's going to show the date and the time, or obviously time that's been there. It's going to show the date and if you have an upcoming alarm. A lot of people are hoping for battery percentage because that would make sense.
Yeah.
So there's actually, I found something online. Someone has a one-click link to send a support tag to Google about this because they wanted so bad they just made it available for everyone.
Oh, that's amazing.
I can't remember if it was Android Police or Android Central that had that, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Make this happen. Beep.
Yeah. I kind of wish
that's innovative.
I wish that the ambient display would go back to what it was in Nougat because it was actually more functional in that because I mean this shows the notification but you can't read the notification fully, like unless it's like once you get it you can read it, but after that if you just like double tap your screen just to see if there's a notification, all it shows is the icon for what the notification is for. You can't read it
right there,
which I kind of get if you want for security reasons, but give the ability to be able to read it because that's what I want. I liked that I could just double tap my screen, see what it was. If I wanted to respond right then I could. If not, I'd just wait.
Yeah.
Now I actually have to unlock the phone and bring down notification shade to actually read the notification. Kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has more features to it, but it's still less features than what it initially had, which is weird. It is cleaner than it was before, with just the icons. They're really small icons underneath the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the way it is right now, but it is what it is. Google do what they want, obviously.
They have the money.
Yeah.
And data.
Yeah.
Which is probably worth more than money.
But they seem to turn it into money pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Very, very effectively. Apparently, so we all thought that the Pixel Visual Core that's in the Pixel 2 phones
Yeah.
was going to be turned on with 8.1. That's not the case.
Oh.
It's going to be turned on in 8.2, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, they might have found didn't.
In a different update. I don't know.
Huh.
They're apparently working on making it better,
Okay.
which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, we like better.
I just thought it was interesting that it isn't turned on yet.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't mind developers holding off to make it better. I mean, hopefully it's not like 5 years.
No, I don't think it'll be 5
But
years, because
if
then
it's
the
like
phone will be
another month.
obsolete.
Exactly. But what I was meaning, I guess I was trying to make on a gaming side of things, like a video game trying to come out for 5 years. But it's like, this is just that. But I don't know. With all the security things happening, it's kind of like, yeah, take an extra month. I'm okay with that for a little more testing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just a camera thing, but please.
Yeah. One feature that I'm looking forward to, because I surprisingly haven't put the developer preview on my phone yet.
He says that,
What?
and then after this podcast,
Totally.
we're gonna get a
download it.
screenshot.
Well, you
of,
would
hey,
think.
guess what?
You would think. I mean, it's been over a week and I haven't done it, so that's saying
Surprisingly,
something.
it is.
But
And-
one feature I'm looking forward to is it's going to show in the quick settings menu at the top of like when you pull down notifications, the Bluetooth battery level. So if you're connected to a Bluetooth device like headphones or a speaker that's battery powered, it will show the
Ooh.
battery percentage for that device.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
actually-
great,
That's
'cause,
actually
like,
really cool.
Even my Bluetooth headphones that I wear every day at work, the app that you download for those headphones doesn't give you a battery percentage. Well, okay. Actually, a recent update did, but you have to go in and try to find it. It's a pain in the butt. It's not
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I use Bluetooth that actually gives me some sort of something like that is the Fitbit app, and I actually have to go into the app to
Exactly.
and then it has to sync
Yeah.
with it, and it's like, oh, this is the battery life.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even doesn't sync for the battery life.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty cool. I would love that, especially for I do have just a mini Bluetooth headset or a Bluetooth ear speaker that I pop into my ear sometimes, and that would be nice because it's only like it says it's got 4 hours of battery life, but I hate it. False. It's like it's like 2.5, depending on what I'm listening to. But that would be nice.
Huh.
Kind of.
I guess maybe I should feel fortunate, but all of my devices that report battery level to my phone get a little battery icon next to the Bluetooth icon in the top of the phone.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's all. Is that just an Apple? Like all your Apple?
Yeah.
Is that Apple only?
No, it's
stuff, or
any,
is it anything?
any device that reports a Bluetooth battery level.
It's probably something that's been in iOS.
Yeah, it's been there as long as I have been using Bluetooth headphones, which was probably the first Bluetooth device I ever connected to my phone that reported a battery level, had built-in rechargeable batteries instead of like a keyboard that had external batteries or something like that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's always been there, and I guess I just kind of
That's
assumed
pretty
it was
cool.
It was also everywhere else.
No,
but,
that's cool. That's in the UI of the main.
yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
just like right next to the Bluetooth icon at the top of the screen. If there's something connected that has a reported battery level, it'll just show a little battery right there next to it.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's really cool. Android users,
I'm
you'll enjoy
I'm
it.
doubting it's coming to Windows, but I have hope.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I know. We'll just smile and nod.
Smile and nod.
That is a very cool feature.
Pretty
if I
much.
jump ship.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So that's pretty much all the big feature, at least in my opinion. There's
Yeah.
obviously more, and people are still finding things as they keep using it. So if you want that, and if you have a Nexus and Pixel phone device, then you can sign up for the beta and get that.
I would always recommend make it a secondary phone that you use?
Usually,
I'm just saying, just don't
Yeah.
want somehow this to brick a phone.
yeah. These type of developer previews aren't nearly as bad as the initial release to a major update. Like if you were to get say back in April when they announced Android Oreo, if you get the first developer preview of that, I wouldn't recommend putting that on your
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
device. But these ones generally are a lot more further along, and they're not major updates. They're just
Little. Okay.
bug fixes and some key features, but nothing huge usually.
Okay.
So we've talked about the Pixel 2 XL and its issues with the screen a lot, and so has everyone because there's a lot of them. But I just wanted to mention a few things about that. Google has sent out new review units apparently that are, according to the people that have them, better. Some of the fixes have been put in place on those devices. They haven't been able to judge the burn-in yet because they've had them for not very long, but so far better than the first ones that they had because those ones were getting burn-in within a couple days.
Mm.
So hopefully they've kind of maybe fixed that. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are saying that the average consumer is most likely not going to notice the color shift, and that's going to happen on any LED AMOLED display anyways. Like even Apple has sent out a thing saying, just so you know, this is an OLED screen. It's going to do this, and all just kind of covering their butts in case stuff does happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in response to the whole, because there's so much press about the Google Pixel XL right now, and so they're basically just preemptively sending out a press release like, look guys, here is what we expect our screen to do, just so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
Just be aware.
Smart.
Yeah. So
I don't think they would have done it if Google hadn't had these problems.
Right.
They wouldn't have thought of it.
Potentially true.
Thanks, Google. We're going to send this out.
And along those lines of the screen and issues like that, Samsung, they made a pretty clever ad that came out on YouTube mostly, and it's totally trolling Google and their screen because they got a whole bunch of YouTube tech reviewers and took clips of their reviews of their phones praising the screen and just compiled it all together, and that's their ad. I thought it was hilarious.
That is actually awesome.
Good timing, Samsung.
Yeah. Well, they also just released an ad too, making fun of the notch on the iPhone X.
And that
too.
I thought was hilarious because it was a guy with the notch cut out in his hair at the end of the ad.
Oh, jeez. That's awesome. I need to watch that.
That was the only part of the ad that I thought, okay, good one. That was funny. All the rest of it was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Typical
it's like
Samsung making fun of Apple.
Yeah, they wanted to make a big deal of it, and I'm just like, that's kind of a non-issue though. But okay, whatever.
Well, speaking of that, a lot of reviewers have come out. Even the one that I was most interested in was Rene Ritchie from iMore, because when he said, when he went to the keynote and was playing with the phone, he couldn't not see the notch, and he was worried that he was going to hate it.
Yeah.
He is now to the point where he doesn't notice it very much.
Yeah.
That was he was saying this after only having the device for a couple days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And he said the most, the places you can see it the most is if you have a white screen.
Right. Yeah.
And most of the time you're going to have something going on that's not just a white background.
Yeah. I mean, I'd hope.
Yeah. So, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It won't. It's going to be the same thing with like I've got the Moto 360 with the quote unquote flat tire.
Right.
I don't notice it.
Yep.
I think the notch will be a little more noticeable just because there is a literal notch and the screen goes around it.
Yeah.
But
and again, that's something that they could easily fix in a future software update by just going, yeah, we're always just going to have these two little pieces of screen next to the notch black, and just with the time and battery percentage and stuff like that in them.
I would like that. But
done.
At the same
Problem
time,
solved. We'll see.
I could see him just embracing it and be like, nope, it's
true.
there, and you'll get over it.
That was also a very Apple thing to do.
Yes.
It's there, and you'll get over it.
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple phones were announced.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get to the big one in a minute, but there's one that I just wanted to mention. VTech announced a phone. And if you
Uh,
know what VTech is, if you have kids, you know what VTech is.
Yes.
They announced the $100 Kitty Buzz phone. It basically looks similar to what their tablets do, only much smaller.
Yay?
I what? I am okay.
Basically, that means it's quite large. It has a
Yeah,
camera on it, has a home button, some back and
it's
back
mostly
button.
mostly plastic and has
Mostly
rubberized
plastic.
grip around the edge of it.
Yep, definitely.
And you can drop the thing from like 6 feet and it'll be just fine.
Yeah.
You can stand on it and it'll probably be just fine if you weigh less than like 75 pounds. So,
Yeah.
a kid.
Just about.
Yeah. It doesn't really have many specs to it, but
Is it running Android or is
it
it
is running Android.
Huh. That's super interesting.
I
to
don't
me.
know which. I can't see.
Oh,
Probably just the base.
it's probably like 6 or 5.
I'm not seeing anything about what version of Android it is running, so
They don't want to.
they don't want to tell you. Basically,
Yeah.
it's a very heavily skinned version of
Heavily,
Android,
yes.
obviously,
Yes.
and that's good. Because if it wasn't, your kids would be buying all sorts of crap from the Play Store.
Freaking kids.
Yeah.
Do go buy toys from Toys R Us because that's sad that they're claiming bankruptcy. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm not too torn up.
Well,
about
I'm not too torn up, but it's just one of those old school mentalities of another
I've
90s.
never had a toy purchased from there, and I have never purchased a toy from there.
I don't think I've ever purchased
Ever.
a toy from there, but it was the coolest place to go as a
I
kid.
think I've only ever been to a Toys R Us twice in my entire life.
I'm honestly not sure I've ever been to a Toys R Us.
I've been there a couple times, but
It's very much the kind of thing like when Blockbuster went out of business, everyone was all like, "No, Blockbuster," and I'm like, "So?"
I think it's
now
just
nobody really cares.
I think it's more of
Yeah.
that nostalgic thing. It's just like, oh, it's been around forever. Do you guys remember like Hollywood Video?
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
Hollywood
Those-
Video.
Yep.
I mean, I remember driving past Hollywood Video periodically.
You never
I
rented
never
movies?
went into a Hollywood Video ever in my entire life.
You make it sound like you never rented movies.
No, we always just rented movies from Hastings or the Book Table.
Okay, fair enough.
That was where we rented our movies from.
Fair enough.
that works.
And then Netflix.
Yeah, and that happened. and-
Yep.
You can
The
still
world-
get
And
DVDs
the
from Netflix.
world changed.
You can. It's weird, but you can.
Yeah, there are people that do that. Before we get to the other major phone release, there are a couple things I want to mention. Google, in Google search, now has a comparison feature. And I don't know what all this will work with, but I did it with phones. If you type in, say, Pixel 2 XL versus iPhone 10, it'll bring up 2 columns and show different specs of
Ah.
each phone right next to each other.
So is it going to start doing that for like graphics cards and processors too? Because
I-
that would be.
I haven't-
super
I was just
convenient.
about. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
I haven't tested this feature out enough to know for
Ooh.
sure, but it did work. I did do it with the phones, and it was there, and it would,
Yeah.
and it showed all these, and it even has a tick mark at the top that you can check to say show differences or highlight differences.
That's
So
kind
if
of cool.
you're like comparing a phone from last year to this year, or
Right.
even like go over like the Pixel 2 versus the 2 XL,
Mhm.
they're very similar, but there are some differences.
Yeah.
You know, so you can highlight those differences.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So
I
good
mean-
on Google for making their search functionality. even
Okay.
better.
Okay. So can I do it with Chris Pine versus Chris Pratt
I don't know if
or
it works
Chris
with
Hemsworth? Can I get that? Like, can I get that comparison?
Oh.
Chris Pine versus
what
Chris
what
Hemsworth.
would be the specs? What are you looking for specs here?
I don't even know.
Weight, hair color.
Really?
Height. How much they can
Shoe
bench? I
size,
don't know.
Sure.
How many movies
Needless,
they've been in?
needless information.
How much
Please.
money they have made from the movies they have been
See,
in?
that would be interesting.
These are things that
Favorite
I care
color, favorite number, passwords.
about. I have actually looked up like height before, so like so and so versus so and so in their height, and like you can like Google a celebrity and say how tall is so and so, and it'll just pop up their height right at the top
Yeah.
of the search results
seen
pretty
that.
easily. So it'd
Google
be kind of
could
nice if I
easily
could
do something like that.
Yeah, if I
Well,
could
who
get
knows?
that comparison right there.
Maybe it's in there. Maybe it'll come. If it's not,
Yeah.
I would just be shocked if it didn't eventually happen.
People comparisons. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, computer hardware. Seriously though, like actually serious.
That
Yeah.
would
It would be fantastic
awesome.
Computer
for computer
hardware.
hardware for sure.
Would be Oh man, that's
Especially-
exactly where I went with it.
Especially when you're shopping for like used hardware and you're just like, oh, that's a good price for that thing, but I have no idea how that compares to this other thing here. And so, like, normally if it's like a CPU, you can go to CPU Boss and compare.
Yeah.
Or if it's a GPU, you can go to GPU Boss and compare. But like, say it's a Wi-Fi card, or say it's a like a cooler or something like that, and you just want the stats for that cooler to compare. Like, there aren't dedicated websites for that kind of thing, and so it'd be really nice to have.
It would.
Google just go ahead and collate all of the stuff that they can grab off of the Wikipedia page or whatever and throw them against each other. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah. This would have been a little more convenient to talk about last week, but I still want to mention it because it's still there, and I'm sure people will still want it. But Warner Brothers released a new VR game, and it terrifies me.
Okay.
I did not download it because just the YouTube preview for it was like, no.
What's it called?
It's
called
Gonna download it.
It Escape from Pennywise VR.
Oh my heck. I wish I would have known about this last week. I would have made my wife play it.
Well, it's still available. You can still download it. Although I don't know if it works on cardboard or not. I would assume it probably does. The one I found was the Daydream View one.
I'll check.
But the preview on YouTube is a VR YouTube video. So I mean, you could do that on cardboard, or you could just move your phone around and do it that way. And that's what I did. And that was enough.
That was enough.
That was enough for me.
Oh, Landon.
Oh, darn. Doesn't look like it's available on iOS at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I may have to go check out the YouTube video then.
It is $1 to buy the app. So, I guess that's not bad. For most VR apps, that's definitely not bad.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
But I'm not downloading it. So I'm not going to tell you about it other than
It exists.
it exists and it looks terrifying.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so that's there if you're interested in that. Ugh. Yeah.
He's
No.
having flashbacks.
Just listen, thinking about it. Just like, ooh. You would probably do really well in that Friday the 13th game. That new
Honestly,
one.
I
Not the
used
NES
to,
one,
I
the
used
new
to
one.
really like scary movies and stuff like that, but I don't know what's gotten into me.
they've
since
just
I've
gotten
gotten
dumb.
kids, and I care more. I guess I don't know.
They've just gotten dumb. I'm sorry, the whole online social horror killers. Just no, I'm okay. If you don't get 1,000 likes, you'll die. Yes, there's movies like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did you go see the? Oh wait, never mind. We talked about this earlier. I was gonna say, did you go see the new Saw, or I guess Jigsaw?
Jigsaw,
No.
yeah.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, because that's a movie series that needed a reboot. Whatever.
Apparently, it wasn't a reboot.
Oh, okay. A sequel. Another sequel.
Isn't this
a
the
sixth
prequel?
sequel.
It's
Prequel.
It's like a. I heard it was like a pre-sequel thing. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
I didn't watch it. I just was a podcast I was listening to. They were talking about it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's 10 years and later, but before I don't know." Anyway,
Okay, I'll tell you what though. If you haven't seen, oh gosh, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's a YouTube video about living with Jigsaw. Like Jigsaw is your roommate. That's hilarious. And you ought to really go look that up.
I will.
I could imagine that
Jigsaw.
being quite hilarious.
I know we're on a tangent here, but I got one that I thought of it was really funny, and it's not Jigsaw, but it is an evil character, the Emperor. If you guys ever watched Studio C with one of the guys being the Emperor as a roommate,
Yes.
that one is hilarious.
That is good.
I feel your hatred. Strike me down.
It's literally called Living with Jigsaw.
Is it?
So yeah, look that up. Hilarious.
'Kay.
Oh, there's a new one. There's a Working with Jigsaw too. I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Yeah. Okay. I might have to write that down. All right, go ahead, Landon.
All right. Last thing I want to talk about is the Razer phone. There were leaks about this for a while, and now it's official.
Which is not a phone that you can shave with, just to be clear.
No, and it is not a new Motorola Razer either. This is Razer, the gaming company, made a phone, and we all knew this was coming because they
gaming
bought.
phone.
Sure.
That's what they're marketing it as.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they are.
And they've actually teamed up with some developers, and even Google is going to help optimize some games to work better with this phone.
It's really a matter of, can they bring games to this phone in order to call it a gaming phone? If they can, then cool. It's the Nvidia Shield all over again.
Yeah.
That's what you want to
Yeah.
say. That's the gaming tablet. That only works because Nvidia partners with developers and basically releases a bunch of games just for that tablet.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
the
they-
same thing with the Nvidia, like their Android TV.
Yes. Yep.
It's got great
Yep,
games.
The Shield TV has its own games,
Yeah.
basically. Its own game catalog, pretty much. And if they do that with this phone, then okay, you can point to that and say, all right, that's the gaming phone. Because there's exclusive games for it, then it's a lot,
Yeah.
stuff that you don't get from other phones.
Yeah, and I'm sure with it being Razer, there's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've
they've
got
already
pull.
talked about working with certain developers on
Yeah.
certain games and
I mean,
new games. And,
They don't have nearly as much pull in that space as I would imagine Nvidia does, but at the same time, it
Yeah.
is Razer. They do make a lot of big like gaming laptops and stuff like that, so
yeah,
they've got some pull in the industry for sure.
yeah, and this phone is set up to do this well with the specs. It's got the Snapdragon 835 processor. It's got a 5.72-inch 1440 by 2560 LCD display, and
Nice.
the big thing about this display, it's got 120 hertz refresh rate.
Yes.
And now it ships. The default setting is 90, and you can go in and change it to 120.
So
And
it's not adaptive. That's
No.
interesting.
It's not, but at least not that I've seen. But everything I've read about this phone so far is you immediately should put it to 120 because holy crap, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, okay. Can I just tell you, going from my stupid garbage piece of crap iPad Air 2 that I thought was awesome until I got my iPad Pro, like just going from a 60 hertz refresh rate to 120 hertz refresh rate is like, holy crap, that is such a night and day difference. Like everything is just buttery smooth.
Yep.
Like you feel like you're stroking a cube of butter when you.
What?
That's weird.
I've never
Maybe
stroked
I-
a cube of butter before.
I think
Maybe
I think I'm gonna change my mind about getting an iPad Pro now. It's gonna be greasy.
Oh,
It's
man.
stroking butter.
gonna be greasy and
That
get me
is-
fat because I might.
This is amazing.
That is my favorite metaphor that I have like used in the past couple of weeks for sure.
Stroking
But no,
butter.
it's like it's just so much different than I expected it to be. Like I thought it was going to be one of those like, oh, that would be nice. But no, it's like seriously makes a huge difference. And using my iPad Air 2, which before I had my iPad Pro, I thought was a perfectly good iPad. Was just, it was fine, it was fast, it was great, like whatever. Using that thing, everything is choppy. And like my phone, everything just feels choppy and I'm just like,
First world problem.
yeah, seriously, major first world problem. But
yeah.
I mean, I totally get it. Like, if it's set to 120 hertz at the refresh rate all the time, that will reduce your battery life.
Yeah, and that's why they default to 90 is
Yeah.
to help with battery
Yeah.
life.
And
But
so-
even then, going from 60 to 90 is going to be a decent difference.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference too. And that that the iPad Pro is like adaptive or whatever, so
Right.
it'll if there's nothing going on the screen, it'll turn down the refresh rate automatically. So I'd be interested to see if something like that is available, if they're going to be coming out with that or something like that. But just having 120 hertz refresh rate is a big difference. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. Other specs on this device, it's got 8 gigs of RAM because it's
A
a
phone
gaming
needs
phone.
that. Yeah. Games.
Games. 64 gigs of storage, and it's got a micro SD card slot. It's got a dual camera setup with two 12 megapixel cameras. One is an f1.7 aperture wide angle lens. The other one's f2.6 zoom lens. So basically, the iPhone lenses.
Yeah.
It's got an 8 megapixel front. It's got stereo front facing speakers, which from everything I've read are all, like
They look pretty amazing.
they look amazing. They are THX certified.
Yes. And it's dual amplified too.
Yeah.
So each speaker has its own amplifier. And like that's pretty darn awesome for
Yeah.
a phone.
And the review that the first impressions article I read on this phone is with all the way up, the person had to speak quite loudly to be heard by other people in a conference room.
Nice.
So, good speakers.
Yeah.
Very good speakers.
I'll bet they murder the battery life, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
they
it's
do.
worth it.
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Good speakers on a phone are always worth it.
That's the whole thing about this phone. Like you start looking at the specs and looking at the way it was built, and you can tell that Razer built it.
Yes.
That Razer designed
most
it.
definitely.
Because if you compare this to one of Razer's gaming laptops, it's like everything is awesome, everything is amazing. You have 3 hours of battery life max. Like, even if you're not playing a game and you're just doing like word processing, you have to like shut down the graphics cards, and even still, you're lucky if you get 3 hours out of one of their gaming laptops. And that's probably going to be this phone too. But at the same time, like,
Well, speaking of battery,
oh man,
it has a 4,000 milliamp hour
it
battery.
is a big battery.
That's the biggest battery on any flagship.
Yep, that is a big battery for sure.
It needs it.
Yep.
But it gets the biggest one probably by around 500 milliamps.
Yeah, and it's going to need it. But
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing is,
for
like,
sure.
because it is so huge, even though it does have all of these battery chewing features, hopefully you'll still get a day's worth of use out of it.
Yeah, I mean, average use, you're easily going to get a day.
Yeah.
Easily. Even with the 120 hertz.
To be fair, though, the people who buy this phone, their average use is going to involve a
Yeah.
heck of a lot more gaming than most people.
True.
So,
Yeah.
but hopefully, still a day's worth of battery life. out
Although,
of
so
a big
far,
battery.
I would recommend this phone just to anybody.
It's true.
Because the specs are awesome.
Yeah,
And we'll get to the price, but it's not bad.
it's not terrible, no.
It does have a fingerprint sensor in a very, duh place to put it. The power button. The only other company
Yes.
that's done this is Sony, and it doesn't work in the U.S. because reasons.
Hey, Tony.
It ships with Android 7.1.1, and they've promised Oreo in Q1 of 2018. So that's, I guess, kind of makes sense. They're probably working on getting things set for games with
Yeah.
Oreo before they just put it
That's
on there,
fair.
which I understand. And then the price, like we said, $699.
Yep.
And you can pre-order now, and it'll be available in certain stores on November 17th, including Windows stores,
Yes.
which I thought
I
was
did.
interesting.
I did know that. Well, yeah, they're gonna. If it's gaming, they're gonna promote
Yeah,
Minecraft
yeah.
like it's no one's business.
Oh,
on
I'm sure
there.
they will. But yeah, I mean, $700 for these specs, not bad.
No.
Not bad at all. I mean, that's comparable / potentially better than the Note 8, which starts at $850.
Yep.
Or is it $950? Either way,
Oh, it's $950
Yeah.
actually. I'm pretty
the
sure.
Note 8 starts at around between $850 and around $900 basically.
Yeah.
So, at least a $200 discount
Yep.
for a potentially better phone.
Yeah.
You just don't get
Yeah.
a stylus that you probably wouldn't use.
Yeah.
Yay, stylus.
It's a big phone. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
a big battery. It's
Yeah.
got big speakers,
is.
front-facing speakers on it. The phone itself is kind of blocky and massive, but I mean, it's
It-
Razer.
yeah.
Like,
And it's very, like, design-wise, it's very similar to the Robin phone, the Nextbit Robin, which is who Razer bought. So, I mean, obviously that makes sense that they did that, but it looks good, I
Yeah.
think.
No, it's like it. If you want to know what this phone looks like, I mean, go Google it and
Yeah.
decide whether or not it looks good for yourself. But just like if you have ever seen any of Razer's gaming laptops and thought to yourself, that looks pretty sweet, you're going to think this phone looks pretty sweet. It
Yeah.
looks good. Like, if you like that design aesthetic, it's great. If you're like the biggest fan ever of the way that the chamfered edges on the iPhone 4's bezel or whatever were, then okay, no, this phone isn't for you design wise.
No.
But whatever, they weren't trying to.
Yeah, no. There's definitely a market they're going for with this phone. It does have the cool Razer logo on the back, and apparently there are going to be 1,337 phones with the green logo,
Leet.
which I thought was interesting.
That's hilarious.
I don't know how you get one of these 1,337 phones, but they're there, I guess.
Pre-ordered, I guess.
Or look on eBay and pay $500 more for it.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Another interesting thing about this phone is it comes pre-installed with Nova Launcher Prime. So instead of skinning it with some ridiculous, annoying thing, they did
just
this, and
went with
that's
the launcher.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's the default launch for most people, and like that's the first thing they download on their phone for a lot of people. I've used Nova Launcher. I really like it. I did that when I had a Samsung phone, and I wanted
Yeah.
my phone to look like normal Android instead of TouchWiz, which was awful.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't use it now because I like stock Android the look and feel of it, so I don't care to download it. But a lot of people still do it because there's certain features on there that are not on other launchers. So that's kind of cool. The downside to this phone is it is a GSM only phone. So if you are on Verizon or Sprint, you are out of luck. But
Yeah.
I don't care that much.
I'm okay with that decision, though.
I mean, everywhere outside of the U.S. is only GSM.
Yeah.
So
Just like, seriously, can we just get Verizon and Sprint to just stop with the CDMA already?
Verizon's
guys.
on the verge of that because
Yes.
their LTE network uses GSM.
It does. And it's fantastic. And just like...
The only thing
CDMA
they
just
use
needs to die.
CDMA for is for 3G roaming and I think text messages.
Yep. Yeah.
And if we could just get carriers to switch over to RCS, then we wouldn't have to worry about that either.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all the news that I had.
That's great. Well, thank you.
Yes.
That's good news. Well, Caleb,
All right.
you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Let's do some Apple news.
I'm stoked. So, a new iPhone started being delivered on the 3rd. That was just last Friday. The iPhone X. Yes, I'm still calling it that.
Do it.
So I want to talk a little bit about pre-orders, because when the pre-orders for the iPhone 8 happened, there was a lot of people that were like, oh, the sky is falling, Apple is going to go under because the pre-orders are not what everyone was expecting them to be. So the iPhone X sold out of all of the available pre-orders in about 15 minutes worldwide.
Yep.
And by 5 a.m., so about 5 hours later, Pacific time, the wait times were out to 5 to 6 weeks to receive one of these phones. And they still are for most markets in the world.
Yeah.
Some places, the availability has improved slightly to 4 to 5 weeks instead of 5 to 6 weeks. But right now, if you were to go online and order an iPhone, you would be waiting more than a month to get the thing. And if you were to go and walk into an Apple store and try to buy one, you would also probably be waiting more than a month to get the thing.
Yeah.
Like, except you'd have to be sitting in line for a month. But no, it just like, it went crazy. Everyone wanted one. So that's what people were waiting for. And Apple managed to sell a whole bunch of people a $1,000 smartphone. So everyone that was saying that Apple, the sky is falling, was wrong.
Yeah.
Again.
And I really hate it because so many people bought a $1,000 smartphone.
Yep. So next year, Samsung's
Freak.
going to decide, yeah, that's fine. And they're going to start selling
Yep.
the Galaxy
Everybody's
line for
gonna
$1,000.
Jump on that
And
bandwagon.
then the year after that, Google will start doing it. And yes, good times. So
And Microsoft will just
Woohoo.
release apps for those.
they're good apps.
They're going to start charging $30 for those apps. No.
Yeah, they
doubt
already
it.
charge you a yearly
I was
subscription
going
for
to
their
say,
apps.
you already got the
Technically.
yearly
Some of them,
subscription.
Okay, so
They're going to up that price by $50.
so launch day, they did have stock in the stores, and so there were people lining up for them like crazy. Nobody really lined up for the iPhone 8. Like, nobody was real excited about that.
Yeah, which was the
People-
first iPhone that
I know.
didn't get a line.
Yes, but the iPhone X is here
Yeah.
a month later with all the lines. So there you go. There's the lines. Really, the availability for this thing is actually significantly worse than a normal iPhone launch. And so,
Oh, yeah, big time.
you know, if you want one of these things, it's the kind of thing where I was thinking to myself, you know, maybe by the time Christmas rolls around, availability will have settled out and I'll be able to look at whether or not I want to get one of these things.
I don't think that's
I don't
going to be
think
the
it's going to
case.
happen.
Yeah.
I think you're still going to have to wait like 3 weeks by the time Christmas rolls around to get one of these things.
Now, I'd be willing to bet by that time the stores will have more in stock,
That's true.
but ordering online, you're still
Yeah.
going to be waiting a couple
And
weeks.
and I'd probably be getting mine through my cell phone provider, which means they might have stock of the thing.
that's the
but-
thing I've
mm.
always recommended people. If you're buying day one, go to a carrier store.
Yeah,
There's
'cause
not going to be a line.
People don't line up there.
Like
Nobody wants to line up at the Verizon store.
Like with the iPhone 7, that's what we did. Like my wife wanted the 7 Plus, so we went day of, and we had to order it. They were out of stock in store, but we only had to wait like 2 weeks.
yeah,
Where
which was a lot less.
if
than
you ordered
everyone
from
else.
Apple, you were already out
Yes.
a month or more by
So,
the
yeah.
time we ordered.
But since we'll be getting it through our carrier, I mean, maybe. But I'm still just concerned that the availability
Yeah.
won't be there, and I'll just be getting. I mean, right now I'm honestly like the iPhone 8 is great. Like it's a really nice phone, and what I would be missing out on is the nice screen, the nicer cameras, and Face ID.
Face ID.
And that's pretty much it.
There you go.
Those are cool
Which-
things, but I can wait a year.
Which everyone is raving about Face ID.
Yeah, so let's talk about the first impressions of this thing, since it has been a week ago. They lifted the embargo
yeah.
on reviews of the press devices that they sent out, and then we now have first impressions from having the thing in customers' hands for a couple of days. So basically, gestures that replace the home button, they work. Everyone seems to agree. They make sense once you figure out what they are. They're a little counterintuitive at first. You've gotten used to the home button. You're going to have to relearn this. So there's a bit of a learning curve there, but they do work well once you get them.
Everything I've read and listened to is WebOS.
Yeah.
If you use that, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you didn't, then you'll have to relearn something.
And it's if you're used to iOS 11 on your iPad Pro or something like that, a
Mhm.
lot of those gestures are going to be the same there as well.
Yeah.
So there's that. Face ID seems like it's going to be super secure, maybe a little bit less reliable than Touch ID in terms of positive detection. Like it might get a negative detection more frequently, but it's pretty darn close. And
But that's mostly because new technology and new stuff. Like,
right. Yeah, and
updates and the second generation are going to be fantastic.
Yes. And hopefully, like the thing, just as it learns your face, will get more accurate over time.
Yeah, and that's how the Touch ID worked too.
Yeah.
It always just gets better.
Yep. And in terms of speed, it seems like it's somewhere between the first generation Touch ID and the second generation of Touch ID. So somewhere in between there. And the way that I've heard it described is that, like, if you have Raise to Wake turned on your phone, which really you should have Raise to Wake turned on your phone, it's really useful. So you pick up your phone and you look at the thing. By the time you remember to yourself, oh yeah, I have to swipe up on the screen in order to unlock the thing because there's no home button, it's unlocked. And you just swipe up and it's ready to go. And so it seems like that is the use case that most people are going to be able to get. Like, it's just a really smooth, intuitive user experience, and Face ID works really well. You do have to make eye contact, and it seems like that's the problem that people are having, is learning what eye contact is with this thing, because it's not looking at the screen. In a lot of cases, you do have to look directly at the camera module at the top of the screen in order to get eye contact, so that the thing, but I mean, that makes it more secure. Somebody tries to steal your phone or something like that, they can't just like point it at your face and run away, because you got to look at the phone in the right place in order for it to actually unlock.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So if anybody tries to steal your phone and manages to get it from you, just close your eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes.
And take the hit. Because that's going to be coming.
Yeah, probably. It seems like it is actually really reliable in terms of, like, if you shave or something like that, or if you let your beard grow in, just as long as like the changes to your face come over time, it's not going to have any problem with it. Seems to work pretty well with most sunglasses. There are some types of sunglasses that block the IR
and those
scans.
those are sunglasses that are meant to block IR
Right.
rays
Yeah.
anyways.
And so basically, if you have like
really fancy
sunglasses, it's not even like, if you have polarized sunglasses, you'll be fine. Like it works with polarized sunglasses. It works with like a whole bunch of different brands people tried out.
Yeah.
So,
I would be most interested to see how this type of stuff would work with like ski goggles or something like that.
ooh, yeah.
Because that's something, like, if it does work, that would be nice.
They have big frames on them, but
because like if you're out skiing or doing something like that, you can't use Touch ID because you have gloves
big
on.
gloves, yeah, for sure.
And you even, for the most part, can't use a passcode because you can't really touch the screen.
Yeah, you have
because
to
it
like
doesn't-
punch it in with your nose.
Yeah, but if this would work with Face ID, with goggles
Yeah.
and stuff, then that would be great.
Yeah.
Then you can.
You could just like pull your scarf down and then have
Yeah,
it work.
I mean, granted, you still wouldn't be able to touch the screen very much.
That's
But
true.
if Siri or like these assistants just get more capable, you could just do voice control
yeah,
on
that's
your
true.
phone.
That's true. And the waterproofing on this thing seems even better than the 7 was.
Nice.
Like, it's really solid. People have been putting it through all kinds of horrific testing, and
I hate
it's
those
working
people.
fine.
I really
Well,
hate those people.
Yeah, the guy who takes a perfectly good iPhone X and then throws it into the washing machine, turns it on.
I mean, I'm glad there's people that do this,
Oh,
but at
yeah.
the same time, I hate it because, like, I could use that
Yeah,
phone
give
as a
it to me.
phone.
Of course, it turns out actually the one, like, he threw it into the washing machine and pulled it out, and it was fine. And he then went on to try to bend it. Couldn't really bend it at all. Then took a lighter to the screen and couldn't break it. And what else did he do? He took a knife and a set of hardness picks to the glass and the camera lens and just to figure out the hardness of everything. So that one phone ended up extremely scratched.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still functional.
Wow.
So yeah, first impressions of Face ID are actually really positive. I'm not surprised, honestly. After seeing the demos in the event, I was kind of like, okay, it does look like they have done this right. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's going to be kind of first generation Touch ID thing where there's going to be some weirdness that's going to have to get worked out, but first generation of a product, it's usually that way. And it looks really cool, and I think that next year it's going to be just fantastic, and nobody's even going to miss Touch ID. So, beyond that, everyone wants to talk about how the camera is amazing. It doesn't seem like it's significantly different than the 8 Plus's camera. Very similar. There might be a few software improvements and that kind of thing involved, but not like a huge change.
I think the biggest difference camera-wise is obviously the front camera.
Yes.
With the different sensors
and basically I've read that people that are addicted to selfies should definitely get this thing because it's like the best front-facing camera on Earth.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it is, holy crap, really expensive.
It's got 84
apparently.
different sensors. I hope it would be.
Yes.
Yes.
The form factor is also a big hit. Like everyone really likes the screen to body ratio is like, oh, this is amazing. It's fantastic. Everyone is a big fan of the screen. And actually DisplayMate released their testing results for the screen, and it's basically the best smartphone display they've ever tested in terms of everything. And that's the thing. Like last year with the 7, it's all like, yeah, this is the best LCD smartphone display that we have ever tested. For sure, it loses by a couple of points in these areas to the Galaxy S7
Right.
with its AMOLED display. And, okay, fair enough. So now, okay, sorry, Samsung. But now you're basically selling Apple the technology that was the only reason your display beat theirs, and they still have all of the software that made their last display great. So, oops. But yeah, There you go. It's DisplayMate's best display on any smartphone they've ever tested, and everyone just like universally seems to love it. I haven't seen any reports of noticeable burn-in. Apple did release a statement saying that AMOLED displays do burn in. That is a thing that happens. We have done stuff in the software and in the design of the display to try to prevent that from happening, and we feel confident in saying that this is the best display out there to prevent that from happening, but you might still see it. And basically, just a CYA.
It's one of those things that any phone with an AMOLED display is going to have burn-in over time. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how quickly that happens.
Right. Yep.
Some phones are better than others, i.e. Google Pixel 2 XL is awful.
Yeah. So it's, over time, like if you go into an Apple store and you see one of these things that has the screen always on and there's burn-in on it,
there's going to be, and that's the case with any AMOLED display in a store. Like you go to any Samsung phone.
Yeah. Oh, they're hilarious.
Any phone with an OLED display that's a display phone in a store, a carrier store, or
there's
Apple
always
store
burn-in
or wherever. It's going to have burn-in.
Yep.
Oh,
always.
guaranteed.
So yeah. But the idea is that you don't use your phone with the screen on and set on something specific for as many hours a day as these things do.
Yeah.
And so it should hopefully take at least a year for you to notice any burn-in on your phone, by which point maybe you're replacing it.
I'd be interested to see or hear if Apple stores, like if Apple mandates they switch out those display units every month or however often, just to keep that from happening. I could see them doing that.
I could totally see them doing that. I could also see them selling the phones, reselling the phones as refurbished units, and I would totally buy one because that would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So by the time I'm looking to buy one of these things,
this may be the case.
There might be these available. I'm going to have to check.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go into an Apple store and ask them around Christmas, hey, by the way, do you guys have to do this? I'm really curious.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that's the first impressions of the iPhone X. It's been a big deal in the press. It actually seems like it is a big deal for just smartphones in general. Like, it's a big step forward for the iPhone, for sure. And in terms of at least Face ID, in addition to incremental improvements over everyone else in terms of the display performance and the processor and the cameras and all of that stuff, it's a nice incremental improvement with Face ID seeming like a big game changer that everyone is going to have to respond to. So, pretty cool.
I have to say, every year I'm always tempted by new phones, just because I'm a tech nerd and I want a new phone and I like the new stuff. Even like the Samsung phones, there's always something tempting about these new phones.
Yep.
And last year, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, like, man, that's a dang good phone. I wouldn't mind having that. And like, if I were to buy a phone, that would potentially be it. But then the Pixel came out. I was like, okay, that one wins. I'm buying it, and I did, obviously. Now it's like, if I were to buy a new phone right now, it would be the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the issues Google is having with the Pixels.
Yes, with the display on the Pixel
But
2 XL.
it's like, if I could afford it and I could justify, then that would probably be the phone I'd buy.
Yep. Yep. I think
Coming
it's
from the Google guy.
I think it's fair to say,
Yeah.
like, really, all things considered, it's the best smartphone on the market right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So, a couple of other pieces of Apple news. There was an Apple event kind of thing, just a meetup they had with developers over in Cupertino, and they were letting developers get their hands on an iMac Pro. It was basically just a demonstration of what is coming in Final Cut Pro in the future, and so really people didn't really get to play with the thing.
Yeah.
They got to look at it and say, yes, Final Cut Pro runs really fast on it. Yay! They didn't release
Anything's
like
gonna
any
run really
specs or
fast
anything.
on
I
it.
know, right?
Yeah.
So they took pictures of it. That's basically all we got out of the thing. Is in the flesh. This is what the thing looks like, and holy crap, it's gorgeous. I had a crisis. It was like I saw the photos of this thing, and I looked at my stupid silver iMac, and I was all like, "You suck."
It's something I've wanted since they released the space gray color. Is like, I want a Mac in that.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
And now they have
Yes.
one for $5,000.
It looks
Yes.
good.
Well, and it's like the laptops. They've been making the laptop space gray for several years now, and it's all like
Yeah.
it looks so good. But oh my gosh, that iMac looks gorgeous. In
Well,
space
these
gray.
ones look better than the MacBooks, I think, and like it's a darker.
It's
almost the
It's really.
it's almost the new space gray on the
Yeah.
iPhone, like the black,
Yes. Yes.
and it just looks
It looks
so
really
good.
nice.
that
and
flat black.
Oh, jeez,
Hmm,
so
it's
pretty.
pretty.
So hopefully, all of
Pretty.
the rest of the iMac lineup will be getting that treatment because I'm due for a new computer at work next year. So
You're gonna hope that they.
hopefully,
Oh man, that'd be nice.
hopefully
Maybe
the rest
they'll
of
just
them
buy
will
you
go
an iMac
space gray.
Pro.
I really doubt it. I'm pretty sure the maximum amount that we can spend on a computer is $2,500, which means I'd need to wait another 3 years in order to have saved up enough money to spend on one of those. But
Ooh.
we'll see. Just a Retina 5K iMac in space gray. That's what I want,
Looks cool.
Apple. I
I'm-
don't need a Xeon.
I would
don't
be-
need dual graphics cards.
I would be pretty surprised if next year, like a year after the release of the iMac Pro, they don't have
Yeah.
the space gray in the regular.
Yes.
But you never know. It's iMac.
It-
It's Apple. They
You really never know.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Okay. And the last piece of Apple news. Apple announced a new show for all of you people that really
Oh,
care
boy.
about Apple's ventures into TV land. It's called
Yeah.
Slice. It's coming in 2018, and it's going to star Chance the Rapper. That's all I know about it, and I don't care to find out anymore. So, that's all of the Apple news that I have.
That's it, huh?
I feel duty bound to keep people informed on what Apple is doing with their whole, like, we're making TV shows now, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
So,
I think
At least
most
you mentioned
people
it.
don't really care.
I know, right?
At least you mentioned it. I guess I could do better, at least to bring a little more Sony into this on our gaming side of things. I try. I really do.
I have Sony stuff to talk about. I do.
I know. We both do. It's because they had their conference.
Yes.
So, but let's kind of swoop into that. I'm going to give you a little bit of Microsoft news because most of mine is actually gaming for obvious reasons. But I did want to mention that yes, the Fall Creators Update is now being pushed out, and if you haven't gotten yours, it may be coming soon. Who knows? It may not show up for another 6 months. It
Yeah,
just
that's
depends
a
on-
possibility.
You may have to manually download it a year from now.
It's
Yes.
possible. So just be aware that updates are coming. If you haven't had it, they are. And because right now I actually have a Surface Pro 3 and a desktop PC that hasn't gotten it. So not
Weird.
yet. I was waiting for. I could go get it now if I wanted
Yes.
to, but I'm
Yeah.
right now. I'm kind of in the process of like,
You're
I'll
waiting
just
for
wait.
it to notify you.
yeah, I'm
Is-
gonna let it.
That's where I'm at on my gaming PC. It's like my main gaming PC, the thing actually has really nice hardware in it. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to wait for Microsoft to tell me that it's ready
That it's ready
on
Yep.
this one. I updated the other one manually because it was already 6 months behind.
Yep.
So, you know.
So that is still coming, and overall, it sounds like this has been a great update. Not a lot of people complaining. not a lot of it, really anything. No Kindles burning up and no webcams destroyed. So that's nice.
It's worked well so far on mine.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I'm glad it is. So I did want to mention that. Also, Windows Phone is dead. No, just kidding. It is. It's
Again?
dead. No, again, no, just kidding. That was just me. But anyway, I do want to mention that Microsoft did announce that new Mixer app coming for iOS and Android, and it is you can't get it on your Google Play or is it Apple Store?
App Store.
App Store. You can't get it from there. You actually have to sign up for it. There are links for it. You have to go to mixer.com and they'll have it there and you can sign up for it for whatever device you have. And it looks pretty cool. You actually get easier broadcast discovery. You get the improved performance and as well as improved personalizations. You can do more. It'll have more like reliable push notifications, chat with Mixer.com. It'll bring that in as well as co-streaming playback on there. So coming soon on there. So you can mess with that.
I have something really random I want to mention before we go too far so I don't forget.
Okay.
So you said the Apple Store, which the App Store, and I thought I'd be surprised if Apple didn't change it to the Apple Store eventually, just because they could do that and just have the logo of the Apple like on the Apple Watch or the app,
Yeah.
And then I thought it's going to come to a time where it's going to be the company formerly known as Apple because they're going to be just a logo like Prince was the artist formerly known as Prince. They're just going to turn into the Apple logo. I was like, oh gosh, no, this is going to happen. Sorry.
Wow.
This is how my mind thinks.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, they already have an app called the Apple Store.
That's true, they do.
I have them sitting right next to each other on my phone, and it's just a 2-letter difference in the name.
That's why I figured it could be really easy. They would just take app and Apple away and just have the logo.
It's just logo.
Huh.
The company formerly known as Apple.
Okay.
Someday.
Anyway.
Sorry. Tangent.
Anyway.
This is where my mind goes and
When we start talking about gaming.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway, so you can sign up for that, the Mixer app for Android and iOS. And then, so the next thing, we're going to kind of dive more into the gaming side, but I was going to talk about a little more on more of the Xbox side of things before we get into the more broader. So I did want to mention the games with gold that are out this month. There's one that I'm mostly interested in. I'm not sure about these other ones, but I'll go ahead and mention them. So the first one from the Xbox One game from November 1st to November 30th. This one is called Trackmania Turbo. Basically, it's arcade racing with outlandish tracks, and you can challenge your friends at home on offline, split screen, or online.
Oh.
Cool?
Yeah, split screen games are great and few and far between these days.
Yeah.
Which was most games back in the day.
I know.
Well, and what's interesting, that one is actually $39.99, but it's free. So
Wow. Oh, that's good.
The next one for Xbox One that will come later is November 16th to December 15th, which actually is one I'm actually interested in. It is the Tales from the Borderlands Complete Seasons. That's episode 1 through 5, which the normal price is $15.
Yes.
So-
I actually have that on Steam, and I've never played it.
Yeah, I guess it's a tall tale game is what it is. So it's more it's not really the shooter type, but it's more
it's not the
story.
Borderlands games, which is like RPG shooter stuff that everyone knows about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Telltale game. It's story. It's it's The Walking Dead or the Game of Thrones or back in the day, Strong Bad's game for attractive people or Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people or whatever that was.
Strong Bad. Oh my goodness.
Good times.
So Xbox 360 games. The first one from November 1st to the 15th is Nights into Dreams. This is the normal price is about $10, but it's free November 1st. The description here is slip off into the dream world and go on an aerial adventure as knights in the classic Saturn remake.
Whoa.
Collect. I'm going to say this, and I may be wrong, but it's called Collect Idea, but it's colored orbs is what they are. Rack up points and battle bosses to help Elliot and Claire save Nightopia from Whizman and Wicked.
Oh my gosh, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like the Sega answer to Final Fantasy on the PlayStation. That's
like
what
it.
this sounds like.
Sounds like it. And then the next one is Deadfall Adventure for Xbox 360. Normally is actually $39.99. It will be free on November 16th through November 30th. And this one is you are James Lee Quartermain, descendant of the legendary adventurer Alan Quartermain. Reluctantly, Quartermain agrees to help the U.S. government find a powerful artifact before the Nazis or Russians do. Its pieces are hidden in ancient temples across the globe, protected by deadly traps and raging mummies. So ready your guns, because the hunt is on.
Tomb Raider, then, basically.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider meets Indiana Jones.
First-person shooter Tomb Raider.
That's what Tomb Raider is the video game version of Indiana Jones without having to pay for the licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Well, Tomb Raider, you can't go wrong with Tomb Raider.
No.
It's good stuff.
It's good. So those are the deals that I wanted to mention for that. I did also want to mention a big game that is actually really huge on Steam, PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battleground. The release date for Xbox One is December 12th.
Nice. And that's going to be coming with a 4K patch too. So you folks that grab your Xbox One X are going to be able to play that in glorious 4K, which sounds a heck of a lot better than it really is because the graphics in that game are kind of butt.
They're pretty bad.
They're not like amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like watching that game is just it's more fun than playing it, I think.
I'm interested to play it. We'll see. But I don't know. Let's probably we'll see if I hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
It sounds fun, but I might need to be a little more polished. So, a couple. I did talk a little bit about this that came to the alpha ring actually for insiders, but a couple of the features that are coming to Xbox One. The first one obviously is the game gifting. So they talked a little bit more on how this will work. It basically enables gifting of most of the digital Xbox games, downloadable contents like map packs, weapon skins, right from your console. So you can, so on here it says, in quotes, just choose an eligible digital game sold in the store, select buy as gift, and send it to your friend or family member by picking their gamer tag or entering their email address. Now, this is still in the alpha ring, but what's actually really nice about this is more depth that I've been reading about it. Is so, for example, if I were to buy Cuphead and I were to send it to Caleb, he could actually accept it, or he could actually send that to someone else.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like Steam.
Yeah, that functionality has been on Steam for a couple of years.
So you can already re-gift
a gift
on gaming gifting.
Yep.
This is great.
Yep. Digital gaming gifts, you can re-gift that stuff.
Yep.
It's good times.
It's a re-gifter.
So it is cool. But it does say that like pre-orders right now you can't do that. So I can't pre-order a game for you.
Right. Well, okay.
But once it comes out day of, I can just be like, here.
Right. Yeah.
So
Huh.
Maybe that'll come later. Let's see. A couple other things is obviously, so the Xbox has been getting more and more UI homepage updates. They're just adding more settings to that, so you can actually back up your settings from kind of anywhere. So like if you use a iOS or Android device, you can back up your settings on your Xbox app for your new console, so you can set things up how you want it to be.
Huh.
Nice.
So that's coming.
That's handy.
Screensaver notifications that are coming up. So when it's just sitting there, they're saying that this is being expanded with a at-a-glance status for more information for basically looking for group posts, broadcasts, and achievements for you. So that on there. It said also, let's see. Sorry, I was looking at that. But you can also, they said that you can hide your failures, is what they call it. So games that you aren't really good at, so people look you up and stuff like, oh, that guy doesn't play Halo 3. You can actually hide your Halo 3 game, or you can hide your achievements. Like, oh, I didn't do very good. I'm going to hide that. Because a lot of people may have like one achievement or two. They can actually take that away and hide it so people can't see.
That would be kind of nice.
So,
because I have like a bunch of games where I have the achievement for starting the game.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So pretty cool little features, a little more easy life features for Xbox that is coming on there. So, and I did want to mention that still playing on that Minecraft, and it is actually really fun, this crossplay.
Yes.
I have a lot of people. I started a server, calling all platforms server, and invited some people, and we got people from almost everywhere coming to this. Obviously not Sony, but we're waiting for the Switch to come on, because I've got a buddy that has a Switch that wants to buy it. And
Yeah, it's soon. They said winter, right?
Yep.
Like that was.
it's coming soon. So, and it's so fun. It really is. It's very enjoyable. It's more than I thought I would enjoy it. It's actually gotten me back into playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Just because I can, anyone can hop on and people will text me or email me or whatever. Yes, I've had people email, hey, I did stuff on the Minecraft thing. What do you think? Or
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Well, and it's cool because I was able to get into it for $6. Like,
yeah,
that's great.
it's cheap and it works.
Like I haven't ever bought Minecraft before because I was just like, I don't know that I would play it enough to get that much of my money's worth out of it. But $6 that's a low level of enjoyment. I don't really need to play a game very much to feel like I got $6 worth of enjoyment out of it. And I've already done that with Minecraft, and I'm still enjoying it. So
Yeah.
I
it's
still haven't gotten
fantastic.
that much enjoyment out of
Well,
it.
you gotta hit start and go and play.
Oh!
I mean,
Gotcha.
I think the secret here is you need a controller.
this
That
is
would-
true.
I
That would
have used
improve
it
your
enough to get a
enjoyment.
little better at the on-screen controls.
Oh,
Dude, those on screen when I
They're
do it.
awful.
they're kind of painful. Yeah.
See, but the problem with mine is though. So when I hook my controller up, it's in the update. They need to update it. Is when I have it connected, there's times where having the Bluetooth controller, using it just crashes the game. Like it just takes it out. You know when you start the game and it has like an overview of this world,
Mm-hmm.
and then it brings up the settings. Well, what happens is when I push a button or something and it just crashes, it goes to that and it just sits there. Even when I'm in game, and so I'm like, I have to like literally
you just kill the app.
and, and so I'm like, wow, that
Well,
sucks. But
Still, it's a much better
it
experience.
is. It is a much better experience. So, anyway, so yeah, that's kind of more of the. I will just so everyone knows, I am getting an Xbox One X coming this week. It hasn't arrived yet because they're supposed to arrive tomorrow, but I will have more in-depth look on and feel for the Xbox One X. So for next podcast, just so you know. But I did want to mention a couple day one games that are at least enhanced, Xbox One X enhanced. And one of them I thought was really cool was actually Diablo.
Oh,
That one was it's available. I looked and it's already downloaded on my S, ready
Cool.
for on there, which is really cool. You can actually look and see. Is when you're on the Xbox, you can sort your games and just say Xbox One X enhanced.
yeah.
And they all come up.
There you go.
Gears of War 4, obviously.
Yeah.
Halo 5, obviously.
Yeah.
But Minecraft, that's going to be one that's going to have that. I guess that's going to be 4K enhanced, 4K graphics.
Yes.
Although,
Giant pixels.
I've
I
heard
know.
people that have played Minecraft in 4K really like it.
It's true.
I think it's more the refresh rate, though.
Yeah, it's the responsiveness of the stuff. It's the lighting effects.
Yeah.
It's stuff
I
like
think it's
that.
more the HDR.
Like they could at this point. The development team on Minecraft is huge, and they could turn the whole thing into a hyper realistic sandbox simulator if they wanted to.
They
but
could, but no.
They've got an iconic look, and
They
so
do.
they're not going to do anything to mess
Well,
with
they
that.
can put it on anything. They run it in a web browser.
That's
You can play
weird.
Minecraft in a web browser.
That's bizarre. Well, not running on your hardware. It's running on remote hardware.
Yeah. It can run on that.
But
Isn't that crazy?
well, if you're running on remote hardware, you can play anything on
That's
anything.
true. That's true.
I can play Rise of the Tomb Raider on a freaking 2015 MacBook if I want, because
True.
like Nvidia will do that, which is actually kind of cool. But
Oh yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. That one too.
just
I started
Oh,
getting the
that's good.
updates the other day.
yes,
So, but yeah. So and Halo Wars 2, I believe that it hit today. I saw
Hmm.
the big hit on my Xbox that it's downloading. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit. And if you actually look at the list of games, there's a lot. Even 360, like Halo 3 actually has it.
Hmm.
It's now. So if once you get it, you can have Halo 3, the original, on emulated, but Xbox One enhanced.
yeah, that's cool.
So I mean, the list is huge. I mean, all the big games that are coming, obviously, but Shadows of War, Ark, Survival Evolved. Those are the ones that are just top that come into my head. But there's so many
Yeah.
that are just going to be enhanced, and obviously all the original Xbox games.
yeah, well, I mean, that's Microsoft is going to be pushing for that.
So, yeah, there's so much. So day one, you're going to get a lot. You're going to see a lot. Now, if you don't have the 4K and can't take advantage of it as well as the HDR, you still will see such an improvement on 1080p. Or even your monitors that are 1440, because it actually runs native 1440, so that's 2K.
Yep.
It runs natively on that, so
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's like you look at all this and you're like, wow, the developers are getting really excited about it, and I mean they are, but it's because like mostly what this is the developers are like, we already did all this work for the PC port of this game, and now we can just like move it onto the Xbox.
Yep.
So like, you know, this is an example of something where Microsoft was all like, we're going to do this big change for all you developers, but we're doing it in this way so that you can already use the stuff that you've got, and it makes it really easy for you to support it.
Yeah.
And all the developers were like, sweet, we're on board. It does not happen very often with
No.
Microsoft's attempts at this kind of thing.
Well, okay, take it back. Not even Sony.
It's true.
Not even. Well, okay, take it back. Console.
Well, but I mean, like, I'm talking like the Microsoft Windows 10 store and that kind
Yeah,
of thing. They're
okay.
all like, yeah, make your UWP apps. Like,
Oh, I
it's
see
this
where you're
easy
going,
to
yeah.
port everything over, and nobody's doing it because, like, why?
Yeah, why
But
would I do that?
It's like the Xbox has proven, the Xbox division has proven that it is possible to do it.
Yep.
It's just the rest of the Microsoft divisions have a problem with it, or something.
I think Witcher 3, the complete collection, that one's on there too.
I'm sure.
That one's
Yeah,
coming. That one's going to be enhanced. There's so many that are just all right. It's available, and they're just hitting it hard. So
It's gonna be cool.
it's going to be great. It's going to be cool. This is not for everyone. Like, you can actually probably for half the price, you can get a decent, Xbox One S and still get great gaming out of it. So, and also you can get 4K output and
4K
4K Blu-ray out of
HDR.
it. HDR.
Yeah.
Out of the S. And if that's what you're wanting.
Let's be honest. Buying just a straight up 4K Blu-ray player can cost nearly $200. Anyways,
that's what this.
And so if you buy the Xbox One S for no other reason than that, like, I guess I'm talking to all of the parents out there.
Yeah.
You're thinking to yourself, I have this really sweet 4K TV. I want to watch awesome movies on it. Okay, Xbox One S costs a little bit more than a comparable 4K Blu-ray player, has the 4K Blu-ray player built in, HDR support and everything, so you can watch your awesome 4K Blu-rays in HDR. It's great. That's for you. The fact that it plays a whole bunch of awesome games as well, that's for your kid.
Yep.
And you just let them deal with that. You're paying an extra $50 basically so that they can have a game console they can play stuff on. And that's really the argument. Like,
I almost bought a PlayStation 3 for basically the same reason, because it had a Blu-ray player for and a game console for not much more than just a regular Blu-ray player.
It was like pennies. Like, seriously.
And also, not to mention, say you're like, hey, I'm not in buying for that. Netflix has titles that can run through the Xbox One S.
Yep.
4K. Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Now actually is available for all globally on the Xbox One S. Now plays 4K and it takes advantage of that. HBO, the movies and TV and.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons to do it. Now that the Xbox One X is out, the Xbox One S is going to be cheaper to get.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, if you're buying one used, it's going to be really cheap to get, because a whole bunch of people that bought the Xbox One S 2 years ago are going to be like, I want the X, and they're going to be updating, and they're going to be selling their old one. So, like, right about now, the market is going to don't with those things. So, buy.
Yeah.
There's your stock market advice. Wait.
Yeah.
Don't ever take stock market advice from me.
Do not. I wouldn't. But anyway, so, I mean, the X is coming this week. Lots of great stuff for everybody, and I think definitely. I mean, like I said, even if you're not huge into gaming yourself, it's a great Blu-ray player for you.
Yep.
And you get additional things for it. So there you go.
Well, and they've made they marketed the One initially as a media console, not so much a gaming console.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be your entertainment device that you, like, everything is, this is basically your entertainment hub.
Yep.
Oh, also, if you use cable or satellite, it still does the pass-through for your television. It's a smart pass-through. And I had found this out later, is you can program like a Harmony remote to it. So if you don't want to use the Xbox controller, just turn on the Harmony remote, program it to your Xbox, and boom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great little living room box to get, and has the added advantage of playing games. So, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. So, all right. that was kind of most of the exclusively on the Xbox side, but we have a lot more gaming news.
Yeah, we do.
I think there was a conference or something. Was it Blizzard Entertainment?
Yeah, they may have done a
I
thing.
think I've heard of
guess.
them.
Yeah. Maybe.
There was a conference before that too, though.
Yeah.
Oh, good
yeah.
times.
Okay, let's move to Sony. We got to give them some love.
Yes.
Let's do this.
We'll start with them. Can I?
You go for it.
I'm going to start with them. So this was in Paris. I can't remember what the name of the thing was, but they had this big old game conference in Paris, and they talked about a whole bunch of PlayStation games, and a lot of it was like, here's updates on the stuff that has been going on, and we're going to show you a new trailer for this game that we already announced.
Yep.
They also announced a bunch of new games, and then I think my favorite was they finished the whole thing off by announcing a game and introducing it and this is what it looks like. Here's a trailer. Isn't it pretty? It's available right now. Go buy it. I have never seen that before. It's all here's a big event. We're announcing this game and you can download it today.
Make it happen.
That just never happens. So
and
that was
game
cool.
is?
Hour? I think.
I wanted you to say it.
It's spelled Oure. I think it's pronounced
Yeah.
hour, but I don't know. It's a very Journey, Flower, Sky games from that game company. It looks very much like those kinds of games. So that's cool. A very relaxing style of game.
Yep.
So if you're into that kind of thing, they also released. They had a bunch about VR titles, which I was actually kind of encouraged by because I've been wondering whether or not the PSVR was a worthwhile investment for the people that bought it, but it turns out that no, Sony actually is committed. So,
yep.
Don't sell the thing yet. They had a bunch of VR titles that they talked about that were coming. They released some new footage of Detroit Become Human, which is a David Cage game. And basically, you can sum that trailer up by saying David Cage is being David Cagey. He was also the one who was the developer or the creative designer behind Beyond and Heavy Rain, if you're familiar with those games. They're very cerebral games, so
yeah,
you can expect more of that. Okay, so they released a gameplay trailer of the new God of War game, which the combat in that game looks insane.
It does.
Oh my gosh. Looks super cool. As it should. It's a God of War game.
Yeah.
That was what God of War was insane combat. And they're sticking with it. It looks pretty dope. Let's see. The Last of Us Part 2. We got a new trailer from that one.
Yep.
It looks harrowing. Is kind of an understatement. They didn't actually, there was no gameplay.
No.
But I think what they were showing was actually rendered in engine. So it's fair to say the game is going to be gorgeous. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Looks super good. But yeah, it's Naughty Dog. It's a Naughty Dog game. Naughty Dog doing Naughty Dog things. The story's going to be amazing. Graphics are going to look great. The game is going to be engaging. I think that this particular trailer was kind of a misstep because they focused on characters that we have never seen before and didn't actually show us any gameplay per se, and didn't really teach us anything about the world other than just there's zombies and it's terrifying, but we already knew that.
But yeah.
So
wasn't that the first one?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they look gorgeous, and
so good.
Now, did they say it was exclusive to PlayStation, or some of these? I thought I saw some of them coming to Steam.
Yes, some of them are going to be PlayStation console exclusives only. And is The Last of Us one of those? It might be.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I'm pretty sure Detroit Become Human is console exclusive to PS4, but is going to be available on PC as well.
Yeah.
And this next one I don't know about, but I really, really hope it comes to PC. So it's called Ghost of Tsushima, and it is new IP. So not anything we've ever seen before. Is an open world revenge story set in feudal Japan, and the entire trailer was rendered in engine. They made a point to point that out. Looks really good, and the gameplay elements that they showed looked amazing. The story that they showed looked really interesting. And can I just say, we do not have enough games set in feudal Japan. We just don't. Feudal Japan is such a cool culture and time period, and it's we have done feudal Europe to death. I am so sick of feudal Europe. Just Please, I don't want another game set with knights and that kind of. No, Japan, give me samurai. Give me like awesome
Yep.
stuff like that. So that's what this is going to be, and it looks really cool. I hope that one comes to PC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't know that they said it was going to, but cross my fingers. And then they released updates on stuff like the big expansion that's coming to oh gosh, dang it, the robot dinosaur hunting game from the beginning of the year.
Robot
Dawn. Oh my god.
Oh,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Wow, that took me a lot longer than. Anyways, big expansion for that is coming up here in the next month, and so they had new gameplay footage of that. Just a bunch of updates, and it was just one of those things where it's all we talk a lot about the Xbox, and we talk a lot about the Xbox exclusive games and stuff, and the stuff they're doing with the Xbox One X. It's all really cool. Sony has not been sitting on their butts.
No,
there is a bunch of sweet stuff coming to the PS4.
Is it? I know Horizon Zero Dawn is beautiful.
It's really pretty.
Beautiful, and there's people I know that just there's this, and they're still spending hours upon hours in this game. So
it's a big open world and lots of content in there. Really impressive game.
They're doing well.
Yep.
With what they have, and also doubling down on that VR. It's great.
Yeah.
Because at first, for a minute there, they was just okay, we got this. We spent the money.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil's the only
it's
good thing on
here.
here.
It's all Resident Evil, and then a whole bunch of here's a 15-minute experience that you can play.
So this is cool. I'm glad that they're pushing this. They need to push it. This is awesome. I'm very excited. Being on the other side, obviously, the Xbox. I haven't honestly. I hope everyone knows I don't have anything against PlayStation. I really don't. I'm just in the ecosystem.
Yeah, and it's just
here.
a lot easier to stay there.
And it's just easier. But what I'm really loving to see is that PlayStation is pushing Xbox. But now that this is happening, I'm really excited to see that Xbox is pushing PlayStation, and this is great for the consumer. It's great for everybody.
Yep, lots of great games coming out in both camps. Honestly, if you have a PS4 and you are really annoyed with us that we're not talking about the sweet, awesome games that you get until Sony has a big event, and we're all oh, I guess maybe we should talk about that. You should let us know, because I would, I'll spend more time looking at. I might even buy a used PS4 if I'm honest. I've been tempted. They have a bunch of really sweet single-player titles available for that platform.
They do.
So
just wait till Black Friday.
It's really sad.
I've already seen a few awesome PS4 deals that are going to be coming out.
Oh yeah.
I've been tempted to get a PS4. And I know this sounds really bad. I'm not going to buy the same things that I've bought on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the exclusives. Now, when I say exclusives, I'm thinking Final Fantasy VII. I'm talking about the old PlayStation game. I know. I'm going to buy a $500 console for, all these things I could probably run on my phone.
$400.
Oh,
the Xbox One X is $500.
That's right. I apologize.
The PS4 Pro is $400.
But I could get a VR experience of my PlayStation 1. I'm just kidding. No.
Well, okay, that's true. You do have to. If you want the VR, you have to pay more for that.
but there are certain games that I would. And Horizon Zero Dawn is beautiful.
It looks really good.
That looks really cool.
Looks like a super fun game. And Robot Dinosaur Hunter.
Robot Dinosaur Hunter.
You really can't argue with that.
No. So, yeah, it's the same. So
cool. Did you want to say anything else about the PlayStation event?
Just other than that I'm really excited that they're pushing their niche further. The VR. I'm excited to see more and more of that. What I'm hoping for, and I said this before, is just open the gates. Open the gates. Open the crossplay.
I would love for that to happen.
I would love the reason why, and this is the reason why, is I would love the competition.
Yeah.
I would love hey, I'm an Xbox guy. I want to take on a PlayStation team. Just thinking about that, I would love that. And what kind of cool events, what kind of bragging rights would you be able to get to be all right, the best Xbox team on Overwatch versus the best PlayStation team on Overwatch. Who holds the cup this year? That. Okay, I think you would get more out of that than you would a PC game. Think about it, honestly. Because rile behind now, I say PC. Obviously, PC players some would probably go on the side of Xbox, but and some would go on there.
I think the PC players would still be sitting over there no keyboard and mouse. Nuh-uh.
No, I disagree, because there's some guys that play games, but they're still they have the hidden console that they don't talk about, whether
Well,
it's
yeah.
PlayStation. But
That's the
Gosh,
one that sits in the living room.
I think
that
that
you
would be
play
so
when
fun.
you just want something easy. The PC is where you sit down for serious gaming.
But also on top of that, imagine the marketing you could get.
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
for sure. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, if nothing else, Sony, sign a partnership with Steam and bring all of your exclusives to Steam, and then have
Ooh.
that going on, like crossplay between Steam and PlayStation 4, to compete with Windows and the Windows 10 store and Xbox. Like, there's an area of competition where you can start getting the PC players over to the PlayStation 4.
I think
Just
I
get
don't
it
think
to play
we'll see
together.
the big benefit here is Steam. They're just like, sure, we'll partner
Well,
with
I know.
anybody.
Yeah, Steam would be totally on board with that. And obviously, I'm pretty selfish in that area because that would mean I
that's-
get all of the PlayStation
yeah.
4 exclusives without having to buy a PlayStation
Exactly.
4.
Exactly.
So, you know,
but
I'm,
that would be
I'm
honestly
not selfless.
that would be so cool. I think, and it's not a matter of like who has the best this or best that, because obviously everyone would step up their game. But it's more of just when you're at a competition, it's more of who's online, not online. It's more of just LAN anyway. So it's like, I don't know. I think that would be so fun and so
Yeah,
cool to be like.
It would be really cool. And I think that at someday in the future, we probably will see that kind of thing happen.
Once Disney buys both Microsoft and Sony.
Oh,
it's coming.
wow! Don't do that.
It's
Don't
coming.
do that. Anyway,
Okay.
so that's it. But it's just really excited for Sony. That's cool.
Yep.
I'm happy for
It's
them.
good stuff. I had one piece of Nintendo news.
Nintendo. Oh yeah, the big one.
Yes, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
That's not the big one.
That's not the big one.
Come on.
I'm not going to talk about Odyssey. I don't have a Switch.
I do, and I haven't bought a game for it yet. Jeez, I need to. I do. I need to get on there, and I'm sorry. I haven't.
My brother has bought Odyssey, and he is thoroughly convinced it is the greatest platformer ever made.
Dude, I have heard
Which
that a
you
lot.
can say about every major iteration in the Mario series, except for maybe Super Mario Sunshine. That's maybe the one that wasn't that way. But, Mario invented platformers as we know them.
The platformer, yes.
Super Mario 64 invented 3D platformers as we know them.
Got it.
Super Mario Galaxy reinvented 3D platforms as we know them.
Yes.
Super Mario Odyssey is basically, again, reinventing 3D platformers. Now it's an open world thing. And
Yep.
this is what you're going to have to do if you want to compete in the platforming space in the future. So, yes, Super Mario Odyssey is a big deal. It's super cool. The one I care about is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp because that's going to be on my phone. That's actually
Okay.
launching in November as well. So it's coming this month.
Oh, jeez.
Another smartphone game from Nintendo. And I'm like, apparently, oh my gosh, Fire Emblem.
Yep, Fire Emblem.
The Fire Emblem Heroes game has been really successful for them.
Yep.
They've been less impressed with how much money they've been able to make off of Super Mario Run. So it seems like in the future we're going to be getting probably exclusively free-to-play in-app purchase style games from Nintendo.
That's because that's what most people care about.
Right. And more people
They
will
want a
download
cheap
it, they'll
game
play
that they
with
can
it.
download and play everything.
Yeah.
And then if they want, they'll buy stuff.
Yep. And I think that makes sense. And frankly, Fire Emblem Heroes is freemium done like the best way that I've ever seen it. I have never felt like I don't play it a ton and I'm not serious about it. If you are serious about it, putting a little bit of money into it is going to make your experience a lot better. For me, who isn't super serious about it, I've never felt pressured to spend money and it feels great.
Good.
Like it's just really good. So I'm hoping same kind of thing with Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Everything that we've seen for it so far makes it look like this is a game that was really the Animal Crossing series was designed for handhelds, and so this is going to port like super well over to smartphones. So looking forward to that. I also wanted to mention that Battleborn is officially dead. The servers are still
Aw.
technically running, but development has ended. They dropped their last patch, and it's over. No more development is coming for that game. It's been about a year and 6 months, which is a really, really short amount of support for a game like that. I'm really super glad I only paid like $3 for it.
I didn't even
because
pay any.
I would have felt really bad if I had paid the full 60, which I almost did. Like seriously, that thing came out and I was like, "Oh, Battleborn, Overwatch, Overwatch." Okay, I'm gonna wait for Overwatch, and I'm really glad I waited for Overwatch.
Dude.
Dodged a bullet. For all of you that paid for Battleborn full price, I'm sorry. You should buy Overwatch.
You should...
It's really good.
And it will be supported till you die.
Yes, till you die, probably. I mean, considering that freaking Diablo 2 is still like supported,
Yeah, no kidding.
and the original StarCraft is still supported. Like
Diablo 1 is still
Holy
supported.
crap. No, it's kind of not. I mean, they don't have servers for it. That's
Okay.
it. But they do still maintain servers for Diablo 2. Like,
Yes,
you
they
can
do.
still sign into Battle.net and freaking play Diablo 2 with people elsewhere in the world, and it's awesome. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's the game news I had from that stuff. I do have an indie game spotlight of the week
Go for it.
that I think I'm going to cover before we jump into
Yes.
the bottomless pit.
The yeah. We haven't even
So-
started, guys.
My
You might want to pause the podcast and go get a soda. Or pee if you've already had a soda, whichever. Go for it.
The indie game spotlight of the week for this week is called Dusk. It is from New Blood Interactive, and it is a retro 90s first-person shooter.
Yes.
So,
Does this require the gun from Duck Hunt?
no.
Dang it!
Not that kind of retro 90s.
He still has his.
different 90s.
The
Um,
zapper.
Except mine, the barrel on it broke, so it doesn't shoot. Like,
Oh.
if you aim, like, if the TV is directly in front of you, you could aim to the side, and you might still hit the duck.
Nice.
Or you will, like, if you aim at the TV, you will definitely not hit the duck.
Wah.
Okay. In the trailer for this game, there is the phrase, things have gone wrong, better kill everything. Which I think pretty well sums up every 90s first-person shooter,
Pretty
at least
much.
on computers. So it is available for Windows from Steam for $20. You can go there right now and pay $20 and play this game. You will be paying $20 as a pre-order for the game, technically. They said it was going to be released on Halloween. Wasn't actually released on Halloween, but they did release the first episode on Halloween. I'm not really sure exactly what that means.
Episodics.
Because it's kind of a strange sort of game to have available in episodes, but evidently there's going to be 3 episodes. You can pre-order the whole thing for $20 and play the first episode right now.
Oh.
The second and third episodes will be coming later. So it kind of, in feel, is a bit more like a full conversion Doom mod than an original game, but it is designed, like, blatantly designed to scratch all of your 90s first-person shooter nostalgias, and that includes the graphics. Everything is polygons.
Yes.
It's very
Nice.
blocky and pixelated. But if you played Quake or Doom or Half-Life or Unreal Tournament or Hexen or Blood or just any of the classic 90s first-person shooters, it's going to feel immediately familiar. You will it has a single-player experience in which you will be fighting cultists, possessed militants, demons. So basically all of the bad guys from all the games that I just mentioned. Guns available to you will include, grenade launchers, obviously.
Yeah.
Dual-wielded
naturally.
shotguns, because of course.
The golden gun?
That's 64,
no,
bro.
No,
So I don't care.
sorry.
If
Uh,
you're
you
talking
probably
about
paint it gold.
90s gun,
90s PC first-person
I
shooters.
don't care.
It's what they're focused on.
I mean, I played those too, but man, throw in a gun and make it orange. I don't care. Have a
He just-
specific
he
gun
just
that's a
wants to-
one-shot gun.
He just wants to open the stall and shoot the guy on the toilet. That's all he
Yes.
wants to do.
I just want I want all of the nostalgia.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of
All
it.
of it.
They also do have a gun that shoots saw blades, because you need that.
Yeah.
That is important.
That's needed.
I want that in
Um,
real life.
It's going to have
'Cause
jump pads
I could
inside
take my
of the game.
trees down a lot easier with that.
What
No
are
more
you
tre-
doing? I'm pruning.
I could start a
Okay.
business with
Warn
that.
the neighbors.
People like 3 streets over. Oh my gosh, it's raining saw blades. Anyways. So there are also going to be jump pads. I had to get that in there for all the Quake fans.
Yep.
They're there. There's going to be an endless enemies horde mode type thing, as well as an online multiplayer arena. So that's going to be there.
Why not?
The minimum hardware required for the game is super low for a brand new FPS because, I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a 90s FPS. And, from that metric, the minimum hardware requirements are actually really high. Wow. But yeah, it looks just like a really super fast-paced, super fun shooter that is every bit as good as retro 90s FPS makes it sound. So, super cool. Dusk, you can play it right now over on Steam. And that's your Indie Game Spotlight for the week.
That is awesome. I think I did see Dusk on the Xbox.
Oh,
I'm going to verify that, though.
it might be coming. It's also entirely possible that there are other games called Dusk, because it doesn't seem like a particularly unique name to me.
But I think I saw it recently, though. That's why I was like, But I'm looking real fast at the let's see, new released. Obviously, I got to get through all the big ones. Oh, Steven's Universe. Well, there you go. That's a big one. Not.
So,
anyway, continue.
While Wes is looking, I'm going to introduce the next segment of our podcast, which is called Blizzcon.
Yes.
AKA Land and Falls Asleep. So,
basically,
BlizzCon happened.
Well, you just saw what happens when I give input on gaming. Talking about pruning trees with a gun.
With a saw blade gun. To be fair, that's a perfectly legitimate use for a saw blade gun.
It's legitimate, After you destroy your cyber foes, go prune a tree.
Yes.
After you're done mowing down cultists.
You could be a assassin for hire / tree pruner.
Tree service.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people don't need me to kill people, I just, cut branches out of trees for them.
I come prepared either way.
It is not on the Xbox.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, BlizzCon.
Woo!
I have notes.
Oh man, you better. So what are we starting with?
I just took notes on the opening ceremonies because I figured that's like the most important stuff that most people care about. And there was a bunch of other stuff that happened and was announced and a lot of specifics that were given that I did not take notes on because, I want to go home sometime tonight.
Yeah, we'll just skim over stuff because we're already into this.
I did want to say for the people that were paying attention, the Overwatch World Cup finals did happen. I watched them. They were great fun. It was super awesome. The U.S. got eliminated in the very first round because they got luck of the draw paired up against South Korea. Oh. I really think they probably could have made it to second place if they would have been on the other end of the bracket, but whatever. South Korea won.
Yeah.
But the United States and France and Canada all took a map off of them.
Yep.
Last year, they barely dropped a single point.
Yeah, I know.
All the way into the finals.
We're getting better.
So,
we're getting better.
The Western world doesn't utterly suck anymore, I guess. But yeah, so that was cool. Yes, no opening ceremonies. Whew. So they started with StarCraft 2.
Yes.
And this was actually kind of a big deal because on November 14th, StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty becomes free for everyone.
Yep.
Hey, Landon. You want to play StarCraft 2?
Maybe.
So it's only the first of the 3 campaigns.
I don't care.
But it is by far the best. I'm sorry.
It is. No,
oh,
for sure.
My goodness.
It's super good. Wings of Liberty is fantastic. And that means that the entire multiplayer ladder is going to be open to anyone as well for free.
Because what happens is right now, if someone of your friends list or whoever has the most updated game, so whether it's Heart of the Swarm or
Legacy of the
Void, you will be automatically updated to that.
You're right.
So, right. But now they're just updating everybody for multiplayer.
Yep, everybody gets access to it. So if you have Wings of Liberty, which you will have because it's free, you have access to the entire multiplayer ladder, and that's pretty awesome.
And what's really cool with multiplayer, it's not just build a base and... Well, there is the original stuff, build a base, take out your enemy. There's actual co-op missions.
Yes.
And a lot of cool little things. So you actually so one of us could be one of the main people. So like Jim Raynor and someone else could be Kerrigan. Work together to figure out this other thing. And they're actually pretty cool little co-op missions. So
yeah. And so, it's pretty cool. Wings of Liberty is a great campaign. I love it. And if you already own Wings of Liberty and you just never got around to buying Heart of the Swarm because you never finished Wings of Liberty, you're going to get Heart of the Swarm for free instead.
There you go.
Because Blizzard is cool. There's no word for those of us like me who bought Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm, but not Legacy of the Void. If we are going to get Legacy of the Void for free, I have my fingers crossed they didn't actually say either way. So we'll see on November 14th. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll see, because I actually have all 3. So we'll see what happens.
So what do you get?
I was going to say, do I get a pat on the back?
You get nothing.
get a mug. Although I would take a mug from
That would
Blizzard.
be pretty sweet. But yeah, so I thought that was really cool. And like StarCraft 2 is a fantastic real-time strategy game. It's not my favorite. It's too fast for me. Like I prefer more slow, cerebral.
Yep.
I
understand.
games. I prefer turtling. If a real-time strategy game gives me the ability to turtle,
That's
I will
called siege
turtle.
tanks, bro.
Dude.
Siege tanks.
If you think you can get through my turtles with a siege tank, then
Siege tank and bunkers, man.
you've
Boom. Sorry.
you've got another think coming.
We may have to play sometime.
Photon cannons.
Oh,
all
photon.
over the place. Photon
I hate those
cannons
things.
and carriers, and you die so fast. Anyways,
Fact.
Fact.
yes, with my Protoss game, it's basically if I can survive past the first 15 minutes,
Yeah.
I will crush whoever I am against. I don't often survive past the first 15 minutes because holy crap, building up the Protoss takes forever. Anyways.
Yes. Okay, moving on.
Yes. So, Heroes of the Storm was the next game they talked
Yep.
about. Heroes of the Storm, I don't actually really play or care all that much about.
I usually play it when
But-
there's an event.
They are adding Hanzo to it.
Yep.
Which is cool. And Alex Straza, who is from
Warcraft.
WoW, I guess?
Yes.
Sure. I've never played World of Warcraft.
She's going to be the first dragon in Heroes of the Storm that everybody's been wanting because they actually added Chromie, which Chromie is a part of Alex Strauss's aspects. That she's a dragon, but she never took form as a dragon. She's
Yeah.
just her gnome form.
Yeah.
But I guess in this, Alex Strauss can be a dragon.
And they showed like a trailer, like
Yeah, they did.
a nice cinematic of Hanzo fighting Alex Straza. And
Yeah.
that was pretty cool because she turns into a dragon. It's all like, well, what the heck is Hanzo going to do against that? Oh, he has dragons too.
Yeah, shoot the arrow.
Yay.
Meh.
And that was fun.
Anyway,
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And it did kind of sound like they talked about how last year when they did the Heroes 2.0 basic like release,
Yep.
They had more people playing the game during that event, like right after that was launched, than they did when the game was first launched. And so that was a big deal for them. It sounds like there's another like serious content release coming up, not until early 2018,
yeah.
but we should be expecting more stuff like that and similar events like to that.
Possibly more into the PTR as well.
Yeah. And that means that I will be playing the game for at least a couple of weeks probably because every time they do that, there's a whole bunch of cool skins in Overwatch. And
Yep.
I have to
That's exactly
have
what
to
I
go
do now.
unlock
I
those.
used to play it a lot when Heroes of the Storm. I got into the alpha.
Mm.
They sent it to me, and I'm like, sweet. So yeah, I played the crap out of it. I played a lot of Uther,
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
and then then Overwatch came out, and then first game was WoW, so I know a lot of WoW,
Yeah.
and then I had kids, and then I was like, oh, and
It's a
then
good time to stop.
my wife and I, we decided playing Heroes of the Storm. So that was kind of our main, and I'd kind of go a little bit of Hearthstone here and there, but
Yeah.
then WoW
Yeah.
kind of took a back seat. And then I moved over to Overwatch, and I just haven't looked back. So,
Yep. Yep.
No, I understand.
But yeah, so that should be, those characters are going to be coming fairly soon. Major, like a larger content update will be coming early next year.
Yep.
So speaking of Hearthstone, that was the next thing they talked about.
I
And
gave you that segue on purpose.
that was awesome. Can I just say, like, that was seriously one of the most fun presentations that I have ever actually seen.
Oh,
the
dude.
guy basically sat down and he played a game of like D&D sorta with the audience.
Yeah.
And it was great because like he's all like, you're in a room, you see these things. Do you go through this door or this door? It's all like, and one of the choices he gave them was, do you go down this tunnel or through the door that is clearly labeled certain death? And it's all
Certain
like,
death.
the crowd is all like, certain death, certain death. They all started chanting. Everyone was all excited. He's all like, I guess I don't know what we were expecting.
Yeah.
But you're all crazy. And so like they go through a certain door and he's like, okay, and this is what you find, this happens, and this half of the audience, you're dead now. And it was just it was really fun.
Oh,
So
I love Blizzard.
they've got a new expansion coming for Hearthstone. It's called Kobolds and Catacombs. And they're really with it. They were going for a classic dungeon crawling vibe. You will get a card from that expansion, Mara and the Fox, just for logging in to
Mhm.
Hearthstone anytime now. I mean, they started on that day, so on Friday, but I mean, I assume that you can still do that. And they're also introducing a new single player experience to go along with that, which is a dungeon run, which is kind of like you will be playing against computer rolled boss decks as you run through this dungeon to try and defeat them and get loot and stuff like that way, which is pretty cool because like I always like it's the most involved single player experience that Hearthstone has ever had, and that was like the one area that I always thought Hearthstone could use a little bit of work, was a little bit more single player focus.
Well, they've always had the single player. They've done like Naxxramas.
Yeah,
they did that.
Yes.
They've done the bosses. So this is just another one of those, but obviously twerked better.
Yes,
because all the stuff they've learned before they're
it's
like, here you go.
It's a lot better. It's a bigger focus on single player, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So I mean, if you play Hearthstone, they talked a bit about some of the cards that you're going to be seeing. Marin the Fox, actually, this card they're giving away to people.
Yep.
What was it that he did? It's like you play him, and
I can't remember.
He like auto generates one of like a randomly generated card or something like that.
Yeah.
That it just does really weird stuff. Anyways, it was pretty strange.
Yep.
And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I should probably log in just to get that card, even though I haven't actually played Hearthstone in more than a year. But yeah. So people that are big into Hearthstone, and I know there are a lot of people because it is free or very cheap to play. And that's pretty cool. New adventure coming for you. Now, Overwatch was what they talked about next.
Yes.
And I may have wet my pants a couple of times during this event. No, it was super exciting for me.
It is.
They started out by introducing a new map. It is basically think Disney World, except populated with Blizzard stuff.
Yeah.
It's called Blizzard World, and it looks so cool.
It's so awesome.
Just like, that thing's awesome. I think my favorite part was like right after they introduced it and they showed the introduction video, Jeff was talking about it and he said this is a hybrid map, which means that, and this is like a direct quote, it means it's part assault and part payload.
Yeah.
And now I know most of you don't know what payload is, so everybody just turn to the Zenyatta main to your left and he'll figure it out for you. Which,
yes.
Good stuff.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, it's hard to explain.
Yes. And if you play Overwatch and you still have no idea what we're talking about, you're part of the problem. Anyways, they also introduced a new hero, and it's a new support hero because, oh, man, we support players. They needed to throw us a bone. Her name is Moira, and she had a really pretty cool intro. Her, she looks pretty dope. Her abilities and her skills are just like, what in the heck is even going on? That looks amazing. Yeah. And then right after her introduction, Jeff, again, a direct quote, said, in case you want to know how to spell Moira, it's spelled OPAF. So she is actually live on the PTR right now for Overwatch.
And owning people.
And I actually got on earlier today and played.
And
there are some weirdness that did not come across in the video. Like her healing stream that's like ammunition charged. Like you run out of ammo if you run that thing for too long.
Okay.
And then it takes forever to charge back up. Like, holy cow. So, yeah, that's difficult. Because it's not like a weapon reload, you know? It doesn't just like instant reload and you're back full. It's like a really slow charge, kind of like a Diva's defense matrix.
Okay.
It just charges back up slowly. So you can reactivate it at any time while it's charging. It just drains out a lot faster. So she is not going to be a main healer.
Kind of more of that burst healing.
Right. Yeah. Like that secondary burst healing. So you would have her next to Mercy or maybe a Zenyatta. Maybe a Zenyatta. More probably an Ana. Next to an Ana or a Mercy, probably. She would fit into the place where you would normally see a Lucio.
Is it an AoE heal or one person?
No, it's one person. It's one person. Her ultimate is freaking awesome because that is like massive range, heals anyone that it hits and damages any enemies that it hits. Both at the same time.
Yes.
And it's basically like if you've played Diablo 3 and you've played as the wizard and there's like the energy beam spell that just goes through stuff. It's pretty much that.
A Kamehameha.
Which is fantastic. So she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think she probably is overpowered at this point. I'm sure she will be.
There'll be many tweaks.
But she's got good damage the range is actually a bit higher than I was expecting it to be based on like the video. The healing is really good and fast, does take some time to recharge. So yeah, you'll see her fitting into a team composition kind of where a Lucio or a Zenyatta would sit now.
Yeah.
As the secondary healer to a main healer, hopefully. That being said, it does seem like, for those of us that are just on quick play all the time, where nobody has the concept of what a secondary healer even is.
Yeah.
You're lucky if there's a healer on the team at all. She'll hold her own.
Yep.
I think. So, pretty cool. So that's Overwatch.
Yep. Overwatch. Oh, I love that game.
They didn't talk about Diablo, which isn't
they said they wouldn't.
surprising. And I just
You know that. They said they wouldn't.
know, but
Because Diablo's going to Gamescom, bro.
it's Blizzard. They don't always tell you the truth.
I don't know. You were hoping.
I was hoping.
You were. Oh, you know what? Deep down, I was
wanted
too.
early. I wanted, anyways. But the last thing they talked about was World of Warcraft.
And I think that's the biggest.
There was a lot of big stuff. Because they really did. They kind of started small with StarCraft, which was basically just, hey, free
Free
stuff.
play.
And heroes, couple of new characters. Oh, here's a new expansion for Hearthstone. Here's a new hero and a new map for Overwatch. And then, wow. New
expansion,
Wow.
A lot of things.
New lot of things.
Yeah.
So the first thing they talked about was the WoW Classic server, which I thought was pretty cool.
That is cool. That sparked me. I was like, I may be renewing my WoW subscription because I want to kill Arthas.
Yes. And that, it basically just lets you go back and play original WoW without all of the expansions stacked on top of it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
That really is.
For people that just want to relive a little bit of nostalgia, which Blizzard excels
Well,
at letting their players
not
relive
only
some
is that
nostalgia.
Not only is that nostalgia. So, how long did you play? Did you play WoW?
I have never played WoW.
Okay. So, this is the thing. This is why this is actually pretty huge. So, 4 expansions in, so the first, or 3 expansions, when it got to Cataclysm, it's after Arthas. They changed the entire game. Meaning, you can't do the same quest you did when it first started. Like, even when you start a new character, you can't start those quests because they redid the lands, they redid everything.
Yeah.
So the old content that they did for the first 3 expansions is no longer there.
Yeah. So yeah, and
so
this
is going to bring it all back.
They're going to let you play it, and that's pretty cool. I like that they were cracking jokes. They're just like, so remember how we auctioned off all of those World of Warcraft server blades for charity a few years back?
Yeah.
We might need those back. It was pretty funny. But yeah, they're putting it together. It's not available yet. It's going to take time for them to try and reproduce the original WoW experience.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how, okay, this is the thing. It's cool. The nostalgia is great. But if you really think of how the experience was, like, and what you have now, like, you may not like it as much.
They'll tweak some things and
I'm
give it a
hoping,
few quality of life improvements.
Because, dude.
Yeah, I would hope so. And then, yes, they announced the new expansion for WoW, Battle for Azeroth.
Yes.
And this is pretty, that looks pretty cool. So there's 2 new continents for it.
Yep.
Level caps increased to 120. And it really is, they're taking the whole thing back to Horde versus Alliance.
Hopefully.
And it's that's the focus. Because that was what WoW was when it started. It was, here's the Horde, here's the Alliance, they're killing each other. Because that was what Warcraft was. That was the whole, that was the central germ of the conflict.
Yes.
There were no common enemies. They just hated each other.
Yep.
And so they're basically, this whole thing is, we're going to go back to that. And so new storyline, new quests, all that stuff is new. But back to that old classic Warcraft feeling of just Horde versus Alliance.
Yes.
And that's pretty cool.
It is cool. I'm excited to see what they do. I did listen to a couple things that they said that they were doing, but we won't brush on that if you want to see it. Because there's a lot to talk about on that.
Oh,
so, I mean, a lot. So if you want to look at it, go to Blizzard.com, click on World of Warcraft, and it'll give you all the information. So.
Yep. And I wanted to mention, because they showed the opening cinematic for the new expansion at the event, which was, holy crap. I mean,
it was cool.
Ever since the dawn of video game cinematics, Blizzard has been wiping the floor with everybody else. Nobody does cinematics as well as Blizzard does. And this thing, I don't even know. I want to say that it technically looked more cartoony than the Warcraft movie did, but I mean, it was close.
Well, yeah, you could tell it's CGI.
It was close. Like, you look at, like, I don't know, the Warcraft movie, the CGI for the orcs in that movie was amazing.
They were cool.
Top of the line, looked astonishing. They were, like, super emotive and, like, responsive and stuff like that. I think the only way that this cinematic fell short of that level of perfection is just in the, like, texture quality on their skin. I think that was basically it.
Yep.
Like, everything else, it just looked so good. And just, I don't know, it kind of maybe almost sold me on actually playing Warcraft. I probably won't still, but dang, that's the closest that I've come in a very long time. So
yeah, it's cool. I mean, one thing that's actually really cool, I'll mention that they are doing is they're bringing RTS into World of Warcraft. Yep, and enough said on that.
they're bringing Warcraft into
Yeah, they're bringing Warcraft into Warcraft,
which is like, you know, for those of us that
know of that.
our only exposure to the Warcraft lore is Warcraft 2 and 3.
Yep.
Which is like, really, it's nothing. Like, in terms of Warcraft lore, that is dirt. Like, that is such a tiny slice of what
Plus,
is actually
they've
there.
retconned it all now, so
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
no, it's exciting. Like, this
Those
is
of
really
us that
cool
played
stuff.
the old Warcraft games felt kind of left out.
You can still play them.
Well, yeah, because, you know, Blizzard supports everything long after death.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was the opening ceremonies of BlizzCon. They then spent 2 days doing really in-depth panels on all of these games.
Yes.
Talking about them a ton, doing a whole bunch of esports coverage and stuff like that. I think maybe my favorite was they took the remastered StarCraft and got a couple of South Korea's best StarCraft players to come out and do an exhibition tournament with that game. And oh man, that
makes
was
you feel like a loser.
blast
playing.
from the past. That was amazing.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, yeah, it was a really cool event. It was just really great to see that Blizzard is still just, they're so much more about fans than any other game developer out there.
Because they're fans of their own games.
They really are. Like,
So.
yeah, it's a fantastic thing and a great time to be a Blizzard fan. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that it's ever really been a bad time to be a Blizzard fan.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's always been a pretty good time to be a Blizzard
I mean, I guess
fan.
there were a few years there after World of Warcraft was released where all they were doing was World of Warcraft, and people that played the other games are kind of like, But then StarCraft 2 happened and Diablo 3 happened, and now it's
Then
just
Hearthstone
great. Yeah, and then Hearthstone.
Two new IPs.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
And then obviously you Destiny players can use Battle.net stuff.
Whatever, Destiny.
We'll just throw that out there. Just saying.
You can benefit from the awesome reliability of Battle.net that has been around since the late 90s, for crying out loud. That is an old
works.
system, but awesome. It's always worked great, for me at least. But yeah, that's all the BlizzCon stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Yep, that we would have gone more in depth, but obviously we were probably in this podcast way too long. So, but yeah, it's a great day to be a gamer.
Yep.
That's kind of why I was making those remarks earlier. But awesome. If we don't have anything else, Landon, do you have any gaming news? How's your Super Mario run going?
It's going fine.
Hey, I wanted to leave you a couple minutes just in case, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, I hooked up my old NES and
Oh,
got my level 3 whistle, and
I wish. No, I haven't played that in a long time. I should do that.
you should. You should hook it up and just
Do it.
play Super Mario 3 with your daughter. And then
That
only
would
play
be-
the old school Mario thing in there where you can. Have you done that before? When like let's see, when it's your first player, you can click on where second player is, and then you guys can battle in Mario 3.
Huh.
You never done that?
I don't think
I
I knew that existed.
I knew that. Yeah.
Wait
no.
a minute. Are you kidding me? So you're on the map, and you know how it starts off one player, and then if second player it shows where their location is, like with L, you know?
Right.
If Mario or
Oh,
Luigi,
okay. Yeah, I know. What I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
and you
Duh.
can do the old school battle.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I was like, you...
Yeah, I remember. Now that you described it a little more. Yeah, I know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
Good. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yes.
Because I almost lost faith in you. Both of you.
Hey, man, I never owned an NES, okay? Come on. Come on.
No, not with it. No, just kidding. Anyway, anyway. Well, thanks everybody for staying with us this entire time on on here for this long episode. Just kidding. But anyway, we thank everybody for listening, and I guess we're gonna sign off.
See ya.
See ya.